with us on Overdrive. The Bajaj Pulsar NS lineup has been updated for 2023 with new legs and new shoes. Does that make these motorcycles relevant for our times? Let's find out.
$10 for a cup of tea. Quite expensive if you're addicted to it. In fact, I read somewhere that in places like Pune, a typical working individual drinks up to 5 cups of tea a day, out of which 4 are at tea stalls like these. And apart from tea stalls, the other thing that Pune is famous for is Bajaj, the company that introduced us or got us addicted to motorcycling thanks to the Pulsar.
Today in the power commuter space, they have Pulsars ranging from 125 to 250cc capacities. And there are 3 options if you're shopping in the 150 to 160cc range alone. All 3 feel pretty much the same though. Racy, rev happy with excellent handling dynamics. So your buying decision is largely based on what fits your pocket.
And in today's times of easy finance, if you were to simply drop 2 cups of tea from your daily routine, you should be able to easily cover up the gap in the EMI between the Pulsar 150 and the N160. And should you give up buying tea altogether every day, in that case, you can easily stretch yourself to the new top-of-the-line 160 from Bajaj, the NS160. But is it worth giving up this addiction? Let's find out.
At a passing glance, the Pulsar NS160 may not appear new at all. It wears the same old clothes but sports new color schemes. The bodywork is attached to the same old frame too, but the bike rolls on new wheels and front suspension. The wheels come from the Pulsar N250, which means the tires are now wider too. 180/17 up front and 130/70/17 at the rear. These wheels bring along the same Grimeca disc brakes as the Pulsar 252. It would take an eagle-eyed onlooker to spot this new hardware, but a clear giveaway of the new Pulsar NS's design are the new 33mm upside-down forks, which replace the standard 37mm legs of the older model. These shouldn't be too hard to retrofit on an older NS160 or 200, but will be an expensive affair considering you would have to change the new wheels and the brakes as well. These upgrades won't come to the smaller NS125 though, which is seen here testing in its 2023 avatar with a BS6 Stage 2 compliant engine. Speaking of the 200, all these updates are seen on the 2023 NS200 as well.
But you know, the good news is all these updates aren't restricted to the NS160 alone. They also flow to the NS200, which means that apart from the body panels and the instrumentation, even the cycle parts are all the same between the two. That means the suspension is the same. The spring rates are also exactly the same. The width of the rims, the width of the tires or the tire sizes are exactly the same too. Of course, you can see different tire patterns here. That's because these are 2 different suppliers. Who knows, these tires could go to the 200 tomorrow, these tires could come to the 160. But either way, the only differentiator between these 2 motorcycles is the engine, the powertrain, how it delivers power and how much of it. Otherwise, the handling dynamics between the 2, exactly the same.
You continue to get a 160cc single-cylinder oil-cooled mill with a 5-speed transmission on the smaller NS versus the 199cc liquid-cooled motor and a 6-speed gearbox on the pricier sibling. Both the engines remain largely unchanged though from the BS6 counterparts, but are OBD2 compliant now and can comfortably run on the E20 ethanol blend as well. Out of the 2, the NS200 has the superior motor not only in terms of the displacement or the power, but also in terms of technology. Triple spark ignition, liquid cooling, KTM 200 Duke derived internals, et al. Even its leg guard mounting is similar to the Duke.
Now, when the suspension and the wheels are common between the 2, there's a difference in what they do to the curb weight of these 2 models vis-a-vis the outgoing counterparts. Now, the suspension, it's 2 kilos lighter than the outgoing model. The inner tube of the forks, it's slimmer, 33mm instead of the 37 on the outgoing model. And because this is USD, there is lesser stainless steel, more aluminium, so that helps save the weight. So 2 kg lighter here. And the wheels, they come from the Pulsar N250. So do the brakes. So the wheels are saving about 500 grams each. So that's 1 kilo saved with both the wheels. So that's 3 kgs down. But that's only on the NS200. when you compare the NS160 to its outgoing counterpart, the weight has actually gone up by a kilo. So while they are saving weight here, there is a bit of weight addition with the new brakes because dual channel ABS now standard on the motorcycle, and there is a little bit of equipment change here and there that has sort of led to the weight going up a little bit, but only 1 kg up, which I don't think is a big deal. Have your chai without sugar and you'll probably compensate for that within a month.
There's plenty more we have to tell you about the engine and the riding dynamics of these motorcycles. Stay with us, you're watching Overdrive.